Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So the long-awaited Fantastic Four First Steps trailer is officially out. So let's go ahead and jump into it and check it out. But before we do that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know down in the comments, how excited are you for this movie? Because I am very excited. I have a lot of faith in this. Let's check it out. Hella
Welcome
loud.
to the Baxter
So
Building.
loud.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what.
Oh,
We're
look
all
at
here.
that.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Herbie,
Yeah, I'll be
been
the judge of
protecting
that.
you a bunch in Marvel Rivals. Oh, he looks great. The thing
Okay.
looks great.
Oh,
And he sounds like
this
Cousin.
guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay?
T-5.
We
Before
could
we went
read.
up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never
Aw.
caught fire.
Get Johnny?
He's always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us,
Oh,
face
cool.
it together.
Okay. Very nice. Oh, there he is.
As a family.
They look great. They look great. I'm loving the visual style of this movie. Welcome to the family. July. I gotta say, first initial thoughts, that looks visually wise so cool. It's so dope that this movie has like a visual style to it. It's set in like a retro-futuristic New York City, retro-futuristic 1960s New York City. So this movie, the sets and everything, and the costumes and all, it's going to have a great visual look to it, which I think is something that the MCU has just been missing for the past stretch, that where things have not been going great recently. A lot of their films have been criticized for looking a bit bland and not looking great, and not having a visual style. But this one, you can clearly see there's a vision in there. We don't really know like what the story is, or we didn't really get a big glimpse of the characters. We got some glimpses of the characters, which it looks good. But what this trailer was, it's a teaser trailer, and it's like, here's the world that we are in, and this is not in the main MCU. This is like in its own like separate universe. So really, they could really just destroy this universe, if anything, by the end of the movie. We don't know. They could open up a portal by the end of this movie and enter the MCU. But this universe, this trailer, teaser trailer, it's a minute 30 seconds long, great teaser. It's just to show us the visual style of this movie and this world. The thing looks great. I heard some things about how they were doing some things with practical. Obviously, it's a big budget superhero movie, so there's going to be a lot of CGI stuff, but it looks like the mix between practical and CGI is really going to work well with that character. Vanessa Kirby looks like she's going to be great as Sue Storm. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Pedro Pascal. Trailer didn't give us much of him, but it's Pedro. I like Pedro a lot because Pedro is one of those characters that, or one of those actors, I should say, that can just transform himself into a role. You may watch an interview with Pedro, and he will be like just the sweetest guy ever, right? Just the nicest guy ever. And then he'll get cast in The Last of Us and just turn it on like that because he's just a great actor. He can disappear into a role. So it's a bit out of, it was a bit out of left field to go like the popular name Pedro Pascal and cast him in a project, or cast him as Mr. Fantastic. But again, he's a great actor. He can do it. The big thing that I'm really wondering about is not the thing. It's more Johnny Storm. What kind of Johnny Storm is Joseph Quinn going to give us? I'm really interested in that one. That's kind of the one out of the 4 cast members here that I'm like, what kind of version is Joseph Quinn going for here? And in the trailer, it looks like everybody's a family. Everybody's having a good time. Let's play it again because that went too fast. Let's go again.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every
I
week.
mean, look at the sets.
Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
And they're famous, so I'm guessing they're getting like interviewed.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay.
The rock sound design is nice too.
Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip.
Cousin in the kitchen cooking again.
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
God, he's just being a goofball.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
This world looks so cool. Oh, and he's masked. He's not a clown. He's not a clown, you know? And he got a great voice to voice him, so it's going to be terrifying. First steps. This is kind of like, it feels like we are actually doing some movie magic here, which again, the MCU most recently has been criticized for not really having that movie magic spark in it. And Matt Shakman, who's directing this film, he got the reins from John Watts, who did the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. But originally, this movie was actually, and you may have forgotten this movie was actually handed to Peyton Reed, who did the Ant-Man movies. When this movie was first announced, Peyton Reed was supposed to do this. And then it was John Watts was supposed to do this for a very short time. And then after John Watts, Matt Shakman got it, who did WandaVision. If you loved WandaVision, there's a high chance you might love this. And what we saw in WandaVision, we saw that Matt is able to bring us into these worlds of different decades. And if this is set in like a retro-futuristic New York 1960s, there's a version of WandaVision which was set in different decades too. So Matt has experience with creating stories, I guess not in our decade, right, I should say. The only issue that I have with this film is the only thing that I'm worried about with this film is how fast they seem to have made it. Now, if you prepare very well, it doesn't really matter how fast you made a project. You prepared very well. Maybe you were just prepared to shoot, and they went and they shot, and there was really no big problems. But they shot this. They started shooting this in the summer of last year, 2024, and this movie's coming out in the summer of 2025. Maybe my mind's just conditioned to think that like productions are supposed to take longer nowadays. That I just forgot that you can just, if you're efficient enough and you know what you're doing, you can just shoot something very well. The only thing that would probably suffer is the visual effects and you overworking your staff, right? I feel like the turnaround was just potentially a little too fast, maybe. I seem to be the only one who had that concern. I had that concern all the way since the summer of 2024 when they were on stage and Kevin Feige was like, oh, and they're about to go start shooting or they're about to continue shooting. And I'm like, the movie's a year out and you are maybe just starting to shoot. But again, hey, if you're prepared, you're good to go. You're good to go. Like, it doesn't really matter how fast you do it. There's a lot of talented people working on this. So I have a lot of faith that this movie is actually going to be good. And in July, we're going to have Superman and the Fantastic Four coming out in the same year. This feels like early 2000s comic books is back, man. Early 2000s comic book movies. And I grew up on those two Fantastic Four movies with the Chris Evans, those ones. I grew up on those. I didn't watch the remake, the Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan one. Didn't watch that. I heard it was really bad, so didn't even bother watching that. Yeah, this is definitely going to have a lot of heart in it, which is going to be really good. It's a movie about Marvel's first family, about the family, going on this adventure, trying to save the world. Are we going to see a Robert Downey Jr. Doom cameo at the end of this movie? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we will. Because you know what's coming out next year? Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday is about to start filming, I think. Do you know that there's another Avengers movie coming out just next year? We're already here. And it's supposed to have, Doomsday, Robert Downey Jr. I feel post-credit scene, 100% post-credit scene, Doom, what's his face? Robert Downey Jr. Gotta be. Right? Yeah, that was my reaction to the Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer. Fantastic teaser trailer. Again, I just think it gives us like a taste of the world that they're trying to set up here. And I'm very, very excited. The visuals look great. The family aspect looks fun. And this is going to be... I have a lot of faith in this. Like, a lot of faith in this. Let me know down in the comments. What did you think about it? Do you have a lot of faith in this movie? Leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Check us out my other videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.